Do I have to do this?
It's expected. Also, I'm telling you to do it, and that means you gotta.
Alright, fine. The air is cold, homes are garishly decorated with fire hazards, and everyone is running around with misery and exhaustion written all over their faces.
No, Manny. Get into the Christmas spirit!
I used to work in retail.
But think of your viewers, and put more emotion into it.
Fine. Presents are both the best and worst part of Christmas to me, as many people turn it into a competition of either who receives the most or who gives the best. Gift giving is an important part of human interaction. It defines our relationships and can strengthen bonds with friends and family. It can be seen as a symbol for the perceived value of the relationship, and yeah, gift giving and receiving does create a debt of some kind. Yeah, nothing brings out the spirit of Christmas more than complaining about all the insomnia and anxiety that builds up to the day itself. Yeah, I'll be off screen sleeping. Wake me up when it's through, will you, Mary?
Yeah, when I said emotion, I meant like positive emotion.
You didn't specify.
I didn't, and I should have.
So, we agree that you screwed up?
I am best screwed up. Wait, that's not a good thing.
I guess if I have to choose something I genuinely like about Christmas, it's watching the animated Christmas specials with my family. The best Christmas specials are about the pessimists, the cynics, the outcasts who either despise Christmas or are just introverts who see it as more of a chore and more work than play. Or it could be about people that genuinely hate people, not necessarily Christmas itself. Why? Because they're relatable. One of my personal favourites is a Garfield Christmas special. Yeah, nothing gets me into the Christmas spirit more than watching a fat ginger cat complain about how much Christmas sucks. Garfield was a character that played a big part in how I turned into the fun-loving bundle of positivity and unbridled joy you see before you. He is such an inspiration from his devotion to laziness, his love for coffee, his hatred of Mondays, and of course, diets. Garfield's most redeeming quality is his talent to manipulate people to giving him whatever he wants, though the main reason this cat is so marketable, other than the fact he's a cat, is that the comic strips and cartoons have a broad pop cultural appeal thanks to the fact it lacks any kind of social or political commentary. It's something that Jim Davis, the original creator of Garfield, does intentionally. Heavily influenced by the Peanuts comic creator Charles M. Schulz, you can see that in how both Snoopy and Garfield changed over the years to something far more anthropomorphic in style, both characters walking on 2 feet instead of 4, as well as how we can hear Garfield's thoughts but no one else can, just like Snoopy. In spite of this fact, John, his owner, talks to him, like all pet owners do, blissfully unaware of how cruel Garfield actually is being to him. I think when we laugh at characters like Garfield, we recognise a lot of our own bad qualities. Davis himself says that we live in a time when we're made to feel guilty about overeating, oversleeping, and not exercising. Garfield not only does all of this stuff, but he's actually cool with it. I think in a way, he relives our guilt. Garfield is everyone's alter ego. I for one see Garfield as one of my many spirit animals. Garfield has had a huge cultural impact and still influences content creators to this day. My personal favourite Garfield animated short is Babes and Bullets, which I hope to talk about eventually, but for now, since it's Christmas and I want to give the gift of sarcasm and also look at this Christmas special. This animated special in particular is from 1987. You can tell that by how great the quality of this VHS conversion is. The short is basically about John, who goes to his parents' farm for Christmas and decides to take Garfield and Odie with him. We meet his mum and dad, his younger brother Doc Boy, and his grandmother. Each character represents the various ways that various people see Christmas. Doc Boy is excited about the presents and he has fun winding up his family by showing off at the dinner table after being asked to say grace. He's kind of like the clown of the family, I suppose. John himself represents the family members who come to visit at that time of year, but he also later reverts into how a child behaves at Christmas, which is kind of fun, if a little bit disturbing. His mum and dad represent both people who love Christmas and find it a chore, while Grandma represents the more sentimental side of Christmases gone by, missing those who are no longer around while also being cynical about the whole thing, giving Garfield someone to relate to throughout the entire episode. Yeah, Grandma is the best character in this short by far, and it seems she's a Steven Universe fan. I know that having the, so-called fun and cool Grandma cliche is kind of old at this point, but this short was made when these sort of characters were few and far between, so I guess it's more appreciated here in my opinion. John's mum is the one who wants to give everyone the best Christmas ever and is focused more on the food and organising games to play, stories to tell and songs to sing, that kind of thing. John's dad is more reluctant about the whole thing, but he goes along with all the silly little traditions like telling the same Christmas story they tell every year, to complaining about how impractical putting up Christmas decorations really is, but he does all of this for the sake of his family.
Why is it we always put the stupid star on last? Why don't we put the star on the top of the tree and then put the tree up? Is everybody ready? Here we go!
Touch.
John and his brother Doc Boy revert to children, as I said earlier, getting so excited about opening presents that they wake their dad up at 1:30 in the morning, showing a scene that all parents can relate to here when kids get overexcited the night before, pointing out that technically 1:30 in the morning on Christmas is technically Christmas morning, but yeah, you can't argue with that logic. Garfield, meanwhile, mostly complains about why he has to be dragged out of his cozy warm bed to see John's family on a farm, asking why they can't just come and see him instead. Yeah, Garfield is a selfish character who just spends the entire time complaining about how much work Christmas is, even though he's a cat and doesn't have to actually do anything, apart from when John tells him to help the family decorate the Christmas tree.
Whoever invented Christmas trees should be drug out into the street and shot.
That was Martin Luther, who died of a stroke, after also suffering from vertigo, fainting, tinnitus, and a cataract in one eye. He probably would have preferred to be shot in all fairness.
Maddie!
What? Too dark? Fine. How about we have a scene where Garfield finds old love letters from Grandad and he gives them to Grandma as her Christmas present? Overly sentimental or incredibly touching? You guys decide. Either way, I think it's pretty sweet. I think my favourite thing about this short is that Odie makes a gift for Garfield instead of, just buying something from a store. Yeah, okay, yeah, Odie's a dog and he can't buy anything, but, if you're going to get hung up on all that sort of thing, you're kind of missing the message here. Garfield is oblivious and uninterested in Odie's gift at first, unimpressed by his enthusiasm about giving a gift. I guess we all have friends and family like that who get more excited about giving presents than receiving them, and yeah, some of us aren't very good at receiving presents either. Might it be because we get overwhelmed with the whole thing, or feel that we can never reciprocate to the same level as other people can? Either way, the fact that Odie makes a gift for Garfield was very moving to me, and Garfield was also moved by it, amazingly enough.
Butt scratcher!
Butt scratcher!
Get your butt scratcher here!
This special is great at showing the ridiculousness of Christmas alongside the sentiment, while also showing how much it can be a bittersweet time. Grandma talks about her husband and how much she misses him, especially at Christmas time. Christmas is a difficult time of year for everyone, and this short is a fun, silly, simple, and most importantly, down-to-earth and real short everyone can enjoy, whether you're a child or a child at heart, a busy parent, or a hopeless cynic like I am. You have to admit the message that this short has, that it's not about giving or the getting, it's the loving, rings true. And it's also cool to watch a Christmas special where there's no magic or fantasy involved in it. Yeah, okay, it's cheesy as a cheese sandwich, I don't know. But it's great to show how Christmas is seen from various perspectives in such a short time without mentioning Santa Claus once. Alright, there's a robot Santa in Garfield's dream at the beginning of the short, but I don't count that here, okay? If you haven't seen this short, watch it before it disappears into obscurity. I'm Mad Munchkin, and I hate Mondays. I mean, stay creative. Yeah, that's what I meant.